All right, let's do this. And greetings. Hey, let's do this camera. I can say hi to everyone appropriately. Greetings, internet. Salutations to the kindred spirits. And hey, welcome to another Trick Supply Live. We are in Las Vegas, East Sunset Road. And hey, let me play a little clip I put together yesterday. You can learn a little bit more about exactly where we are and what we do here at Trick Supply. That's the scoop, folks. Check it out. We are now open for business at our brick and mortar location. I'm here behind the counter live 4 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from noon to 6 p.m. Vegas time. So, hey, y'all, when you're visiting Vegas, come see me. If you're local, come check us out. We got the goods. You saw some of them when I started this stream. What were we looking at over here? I got the retro ghost bell. I pulled this thing off the shelf the other day. It's intrigued me since the day I walked in, and now I know the secrets of the ghost bell. Got a few Giobbi books on the counter there, foreshadowing his book we're going to talk about today, The Unexpected Agenda. And what do you know? I pulled some feather flowers off the shelf. I'm learning about all the things I was unfamiliar with before, feather flowers being one of them. But hey, I wanted to mention a couple things, but I think it's appropriate we get this show started with a little bit of magic. And I'm going to show you something that I actually picked up for myself in the shop as I was prepping for the Gateway Close-Up Convention. And let me say apologies for missing that event to all the kindred spirits. I didn't get to make it there. We were dealing with some family matters, and so apologies, and I hope to see you next time. Maybe I'll see some of you at Magic Live this summer. And hey, if you're visiting the collectors event here in Las Vegas in May, Trick Supply will have a booth there as well for the collectors conference at the Orleans in May. So come say hi. And speaking of saying hi, let me say hi to all the kindred spirits that have shown up today. Scott Link's in the house, Tim Askins, Mike, what's up, Buster? Gary and Nick's in the house. Greetings to all the kindred. All right, all as promised, a little bit of prestidigitation to start this stream, and our feature item here is Steve Duschek's Rabbit Roulette, which is one of the first packet tricks that I ever saw as a young man. And if you do even just a simple Elmsley count, I have a feeling you'll enjoy this piece. Let's find out together, shall we? So when I was a young man and I started doing magic, I thought maybe that I would want to do the kind of magic where the magicians had the top hats, and I have 4 of the top hats. You know what you do with the top hat? You pull a rabbit out of it. So I learned to do that, but then I had so many of the hats. I figured what I need to do is get more of the rabbits. So I did that. I got some more rabbits to pull out of the hats. This posed a problem though, because I was never sure which rabbit was in which hat, and so this is where the carrots came into play. You got to feed these furry things. So I got myself some carrots, and I figured if I put 1 carrot in each hat, well, then I could just look for the carrots that had the bites out of them, and then I could figure out which hat had the rabbits in it, although I wasn't really prepared for having multiple rabbits eat multiple carrots. Eventually, I figured out the secret to this conundrum, and that's that you don't look for the carrots, you look for the fluffy tails poking down the bottom. Well, ultimately, I decided it was like just too much to deal with, and I left all the rabbits behind. These days, I just do card tricks. So that's my story. I'm stuck with it. There's the reset, and hey, I hope you liked it. That is Steve Dushek's Rabbit Roulette, a gem if there ever was one from the packet realm. A gem that ships in a TCC packet wallet. That's a nice touch, and for 17 bucks, maybe you want to put one of these in your life. Like most of the items that I will be talking about on the stream today, I have linked them up in the description of this video. So if you see something you like, gives you a little sensation, you want to make a donation to the cause, pick up some magic you'll enjoy, you'll find the links to these items in the description below. And thank you. Thank you for that applause. A little virtual ovation. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, we got some interesting news on bunnies. I'll probably be ready to talk about that next week. We might be foreshadowing it on the shelves behind. Hey, let's continue talking a little bit about card magic. I have a couple things that I need to address, and if you saw on the shelf over here, you'll see a stack of Roberto Giobbi books. We've got all the Card College series over here from is he Swiss? Was Giobbi Swiss or German maybe? This man literally wrote the book, and he wrote 8 of them on card tricks, the Card College books. And Giobbi continues to publish, and over the last couple of years, he's really published an interesting series. Let me grab it here. The Agenda books, and this is the one that was released last year in June, The Unexpected Agenda, and this is a great book for a number of reasons. And if you are like me these days, finding yourself troubled to get through a whole book, this kind of book might suit your needs, as this is intended to be a daily read. We'll get past the contents in well, you can see the contents here. Maybe you can't see them clearly, but they're noted by months: January, February, March, April, May. And the idea is that you pick your day and then read the section for that day. So like I'll give you an example here. What's the day? The April 11th. So you might wake up in the morning, having your morning coffee. On April 11th, we're going to learn how to break in a new deck of cards, the 10-step kata. So I'm not going to give you all the steps here. Otherwise, maybe you won't buy the book to get the scoop. But this is the kind of knowledge that's in here, and it's kind of arcane knowledge and not all card-centric. I'll show you an interesting thing that I ran across. I was just flipping through the book yesterday. April 10th is the 12-point checklist for quality card control. And these are just notes from a professional, from a lifetime of experience, and every day you read a few paragraphs and educate yourself about the subject matter at hand. Literally, I said to myself yesterday as I was going through the book, let me just open this book randomly and see what I can learn. And look what I found here. I don't know if you can see this. Di Vernon's Bannana production trick. What a surprise to learn that Di Vernon, the professor, was the one to introduce, and I'm assuming he did by this description, the trick where we produce multiple bananas at the fingertips or from your coat. These are the Trick Supply sponge bananas if you want to add this trick to your repertoire. This is not one I ever put in my, here's the skit with this. I have a lot of good friends that do the banana trick, so I kind of avoided it because all my friends would do it. But the idea is after you produce a banana, and these are sponge, they compress pretty easy. So after you produce one, you go to put this one away in your pocket, and then another one appears. And this is me doing this with about 3 minutes practice in my life. You've probably seen Magi do it more accomplished. But hey, if you want to do Di Vernon's banana production, get a pair of these. Trick Supply, like 12 bucks. We have a reasonably priced set of bananas, and if nothing else, now you know. Di Vernon was not just a card man. He was a banana man. If you want to be a banana man too, I got you. Links in the description below. I can imagine you'll have much more fun for 12 bucks than getting a couple sponge bananas. I had a couple other books here on the counter. I want to talk about those before we move on to some non-card things, but I do have a bit of deck support to do as well. I did mention this on the last Magic Guys podcast. We have Juan's latest book, Flamenco. This is a trick book from Juan Tamari. As you might be familiar with, the Spanish master quite often will produce books that are heavy on theory and a little less tricky, but this book is all about the tricks. And I'm going to encourage you to visit our website to read the description of the book and the kind of magic that's in here. And yes, indeed, Mike, book reviews for the win. You know, if it was up to me, I'd just stay on here and talk about books for a half hour, but I got to kind of spread it around a little bit. And yes, you're right, Randall. That is a nice book. What's the pun I'm missing? Oh my, that's appealing. Tim Askin bringing in the monster puns. That is appealing. Thank you for that, brother. And Miguel, thank you as well for the follow through. This is why I come here, for the laughs. So yeah, we got the Flamenco book. If you know, you know you want it. I know I want it. If you want it, we got it. It's here at Trick Supply. You just come in and buy it. Walk in the doors. I'll be open 30 minutes after this stream. If you're not in Vegas, well, do a little shipping. Good news is you'll get that shipped for free, over $99. We send things to your house free of charge. That's the price of that book. Did I mention this book on the last stream? Last time I was here, I think we might have just got these in from, turns out I don't know everything. David, we're going to get there. This is the Babel book test, and this is Babel book test number 8, and I've been spending some time learning the system on this book. I've experimented with a few book tests in my life, and I can tell you that this model, for the low price, we have it on sale right now for $44, something like that, 42, but in the $40 range, you're going to get a mother load of psychic possibilities all contained in this book. You can do the flashback test where someone says stop and you're able to instantly reveal the word at the top of the page. You can have your spectator read any long word on any page. So you just hand them the book, you say open the book and read any big word, and then you will know within guessing one letter what that word is. And then the system that I've been really enjoying is your spectator opens to any page and they read the first few words. So you could be in the other room. You could even be on the telephone if they have this book at their house, and they read the first few words. And from that information, you could tell them what page they're on. And then once you know what page they're on, you can even go down the rabbit hole and learn more for that. So if you've considered a book test, I'm going to urge you to consider this one for a very fair price point, and that is the Babel 8 book test. Again, the links are in the description below. You can click it and go learn the creator's name. I'm shaming myself. That's a psychic mystery you might enjoy. And as mentioned before, if you do enjoy psychic mysteries, you might want to consider this is a spirit bell. I think it's the antique spirit bell on our website. We'll make it ring in 3, 2, 1. What? So this is a remote unit that allows you to conjure spirits at really the touch of a button. Here, I'll touch it again. And I'm hoping the viewers at home can hear the spirit bell ring. Making the bell ring is kind of commonplace. The instructions, the routines that are included with this package are numerous, including like a ring on bell, so you could vanish the spectator's ring and the bell rings and their ring is hanging from it. Locate selected cards if you want to be boring about it. So many cool things you can do with this. Got to see Kent Axtell's show in Las Vegas, the Ghost Stories. He uses a spirit bell to great effect. It's one of the reasons this thing piqued my interest. Nick wants a spirit cabinet. No, I love this bell. I even love it more that I can enjoy it here in the shop. We're going to have a good time with this thing. Yeah, Nick, that book is on sale, and you're going to find book tests of this quality are going to be in excess of $100 always. You're not going to be able to find a book test equal to Babel for less than $50, and we have that. If you are interested in other book tests, we just got the Sheer Luck test in by Sean Farquhar as well. You might want to search around the shop and see that. Hey, Jake Lindsay, what's happening? We will see you in a couple weeks. Traveling 7 hours just to see me? The rest of Las Vegas magic doesn't have anything to do with it? Let me rewind just a little bit. I forgot to do something here. I promised one of the kindred spirits that that I would offer some trick support. Hey, CJ O'Hara, let's talk about the it's really the Derek Dingle Visor multiple shift. And CJ, good customer. It's the kind of support you get when you're a good customer at Trick Supply. We worked through some of the deck problems you might be having. And in the book I recently recommended, which CJ thoughtfully picked up, the Frank Simon, I may have been in Vegas too long already. The short-term memory loss is in full effect today. There's a trick called about face aces, and in this effect, the requirement is that you apparently place 4 kings into 4 different parts of the deck, but you're going to secretly control these kings as you apparently put them in there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 different kings going into 4 different places. We'll just push them in. And as intended, I think you could just do 1 cut to control all 4 of the needed cards to the top of the pack. I would probably opt for a shift. And while I'm not going to explain this exactly, I want to give CJ a head start on this. So here's your trick support, CJ. As you show the 4 kings and put them on top of the deck, you get a little finger break there under the 4. In the book, you'll see they describe this riffling action as the wrist turns. This is important because as that happens, it's your little finger where you're holding the separation here that's going to cause those cards just to jut just a little bit off the side. You can see it's a little jog. That's 4 is 1, okay? And that happens as I riffle down and rotate the thumb. It's just a natural occurrence. So now I can grab apparently the top card, but I grab that block of 4. So that's all 4 kings that I'm going to insert into the deck. And then from below, my fingertips push the lowermost 3 kings flush. And I pull that upper king out, leaving everything copacetic as it should be. So it just looks like I put 1 king into the deck, but in fact, all 3 kings are below this king. That is the notion of the Visor Dingle bluff shift. You asked where this was originally published. Originally in Derek Dingle's Deceptions, which goes all the way back to 1979. And Derek had a routine called Open Sesame Aces. That's where he published it. It's also in the complete works of Derek Dingle. And as noted, as you push these flush, if you want to make it a no move, you catch that break and you can do a pass here. And that's all 4 kings to the top. And now we all know a little more, maybe than we should, about the Derek Dingle Visor / Dingle bluff shift. It's a good one to be recommended for a number of reasons. It keeps the kings in order, and you can also maintain the order of the deck when doing this shift. And I hope that information serves you well. It makes sense. Cool. Jake, we'll get along just well. I'm in the same ballpark 90% of the time. So I'm going to give some attention to the chat. If you guys have anything you want me to talk about, questions about what I've shown so far, or anything about magic in the shop, magic in Las Vegas, or anything I might be able to help you with. And as we wait for that information, if anyone needs it to come through, let's showcase some non-card stuff just for a minute. And what I did here was pull some items from the Roy Kuepper line. I figure we're going to talk about a few card things today. We could talk about some coin stuff, and man, we got a lot of Roy Kuepper stuff. I could go a lot of ways here. I kind of picked 4 things that I'm going to recommend. First and foremost, the Roy Kuepper expanded shell line is excellent. And this is his expanded quarter. So if you're doing a routine like the Imagination coins from, say, Garrett Thomas, I think Cosmo released this. If you need a good quarter shell, where are we here? This one is recommended. And That's the quarter shell. That's the quarter beneath it. And for the price point of $30, I don't think you're going to find anything better than Roy Cooper shells. We have these in half dollars and dollars and quarters. I know you guys that do the imagination coins lose these things because you put them in your pocket and they're little and they fall away. So going to recommend these if you've been looking for a copper silver coin. And these days you can spend a lot of money on a good copper silver coin. Roy makes a great one. What's the price here? $35. You get the extra English penny with the copper silver coin as well. And these are highly recommended, as are his copper silver brass sets. A good copper silver brass set is not an easy thing to come across always, and this package for $80 gets my highest recommendation. This is the transposition between a Chinese coin, an English penny, and an American half dollar. Essentially, you get a half dollar gimmick, so it looks like a 50-cent piece. Does that look like a 50-cent piece? And that coin can instantly change to the two foreign coins, the copper coin and the Chinese coin with a hole in it. So you get a couple of normal coins in addition to the gaff, half dollar, silver, and copper. This is a great item also to use with a quiver purse. I've always enjoyed the John Bannon handling for the copper, silver, brass. So the odd coins go in the left hand, the silver in the right, and you just wave a little magic. Those are the two odd ones. There's the silver, and that's a brief exhibition of the copper, silver, brass effect. Lastly, if you need a place to put all your gaff coins and you haven't considered one of these, well, you can consider it now. This is the leather wallet from Roy Cooper, and this clever design will hold up to 8 of either your gaff sets or individual coins in these easy to access coin slots. All fits down to go in a pants pocket or your bag of tricks. And now we have our gaff coins protected and secured and easily accessible. And these are your Roy Cooper recommendations again. You'll find a link in the description. You can go check out all of Roy's coin stuff at tricksupply.com. Roy is a local Vegas craftsman, so we do have quick access to him, and he provides us the top-notch service and a full product line. Come in. We have all the stuff sitting right here. Come see it. Jake Lindsay will. Just a couple of weeks. I'll see you here soon, Jake. Jake wants to know if the Phantom of the Opera book test is pretty good design-wise. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't even know what that is. I'll have to go dig into the resources. Nick got the okay. Man, you're going to love that book, Nick. It's a good one. You won't be sad about the Babel book test at all. Ooh. Gutbuster with the Robinson recommendation. I have that book sitting at the top of my, I've been unpacking. I haven't got all the books open yet. We need to buy new bookcases still, but that Robinson book is in my view. Totally under control. All right. Maybe I'll write that down right now. Gutbuster's making a recommendation. Now that sounds like a Chris Kenner book. Look at, all right. I'm getting some recognition there. Nice. That keeps the boss happy. Thank you for that, brother. Jesse Champlin in the house. What's up, Jesse? Howdy. All right, what I want to talk about today. What else is left? I have this thing. Maybe I won't talk about it. Maybe we'll let Carissa Hendricks talk about it, and I'll take a break from yapping my trap for just a minute as we look at the big headline from Dave Kaplan, which I guess was Parlor Trick of the Year for 2024. Let's take a look at this little YouTube demo. Why you hold on? Hold the phone. We're going to get there. That's not the thing. We can do this. We can do this. We have experience. It just sometimes things take a second to do it. Rewind. Here we are with the Dave Kaplan big headline. We'll watch a minute or two of this.
Are you ready for your first act?
Hit it. That's what I'm talking about. Wait.
Get it, boy.
This is the biggest and best newspaper restoration ever created. And when I say biggest, I mean gigantic. And what else would you expect from the crazy mind of Dave Kaplan? I'm so excited because not only do I adore the great Kaplan, but I have also had the advantage of getting to perform this with him for the last 6 years. In fact, the routine made such a fuss, they even wrote it up in the local paper. I clipped it out so I could read it to you. Let me see if I can find it here. There we go. Oh, sorry, that's not it. I apologize. Oh, no, that is just a picture of a dog I liked. No, that's not it either. You know, I swear I saw it here just a moment ago. Oh, you know what? It's probably in here. I know, it's good. It's pretty fun. It's just, sorry. It's in here. I'll find it. It's one of the sections, I think. I did see it. I swear I saw it just moments ago. I just have to find it. It's in here somewhere. I think it's over there, or perhaps it's over here somewhere. And I just saw it. I think maybe it's over. Oh no! So if this thing's made out of newspaper, I'm only gonna get like 2 or 3 shows, maybe 5 shows out of it.
Oh, no. I used to make them out of newspaper when I first started doing the trick. And then I got smart and had one made out of Tyvek. Tyvek will never rip. You can use it for a lifetime.
That's that industrial thing, right?
Yes.
Ooh, that's
it looks
so
like
exciting.
paper, sounds like paper, but it will never tear.
Ooh, how high tech?
When I think of phenomenal magician,
Let's go. So y'all can go check out that full scoop on the website. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Tricks, the StreamYard is hicking me up, but that's cool because check it out. I actually have a customer in our store right now. This is going to be the most awkward wrap up of any live stream. I can't unminimize my. There we are. There we are. Back to normal, in the words of the great Danny Sylvester. So while we were watching the great Kaplan there, we have some shoppers in the store, and I guess this is an appropriate time for me to say thanks for all the kindred spirits and tuning into the stream today. And the Matrix was glitching. I think I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about today. If you had any questions that I didn't get to, or if you need some information, drop a question or a comment in the description of this video below, and I'll get back to you post stream. But I've got to go do the other part of my job, which is brick and mortar sales. You can be part of that too now, every Wednesday through Saturday, noon to 6 Pacific time. And I'll look forward to seeing some of you here in Trick Supply Live. And if you can't make it, we'll still be here live every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern. Hey, I wanted to mention next week we have a guest. Jordan Rooks is going to be joining us. Very excited to talk to this young man who travels the world working fringe festivals. And Jordan has just published a book on that subject. Jordan is a Las Vegas magician. He'll be talking about magic in Las Vegas, things that he does as a professional, and most importantly, sharing some of that cool information on how we can all learn how to work the fringe market. And I'm excited to learn about that. I hope you will be as well. I'll be here next Friday with Jordan. I'll hope to see some of you then. It's going to be a ciao for now, and I'll thank you all for hanging out for a few. Au revoir.